Hello there, EFD squad, and welcome back to the Euro Roundup, where you pick our winners and losers from the weekend just past. Joining me as ever is Patrick Van Straan, the newly crowned champion of Stat Wars. The champions deservedly so, mate.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I hope our American audience enjoyed it being launched at 5 o'clock in the morning. Don't know what happened there.
Views.
So moving on swiftly into Barcelona, and the suggestion comes from Dari Al-Salah.
Yeah, Barcelona beat Leganes 3-0. Their unbeaten streak is now at 17 games. Barca, Valencia and Atletico Madrid are all yet to lose a single game in the league this season. Barca won 11, drawn 1, lost 0. Absolutely mental. And Leganes, well, they must have been fearing this match because going into it, they conceded more goals in their last 2 league games than they had in their previous 9. They conceded 5 in their last 2. And you don't really want to have Barcelona coming down the pipe when that happens. And true to form, Barcelona dominated possession, 68%, but they were actually outshot 18-11. Leganes had 18 shots in this game. That's like the number that like Man City have in an average game. And both teams had 7 on target.
Wow.
So it seems like Barcelona were able to convert their chances, but you kind of look at it and think, maybe Leganes...
I'd like to see the shot location. Were
yeah,
they just
true.
from the halfway line?
It might be like 4 yards out. Who knows? It might have been some Charlie Adams specials. But this does give us an opportunity to give a shout out to a guy who's been going under the radar a little bit this season. We've been talking, every time we talk about Barcelona, we've been talking about Messi and how good he's been. There's been another guy, there's Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, made 7 saves in this game. Absolutely nuts. Chris, what is it about the German that's been so good this season?
Yes, he just seems insurmountable, doesn't he? The big German. He's played a huge part in Barcelona's 8 clean sheets this season. That's an incredible amount, as they've only conceded 4 goals in La Liga so far.
Ooh.
That's their best ever start in terms of goals conceded. But he wasn't the only star against Leganes, Pato. Luis Suarez finally scored, grabbing himself a brace after having failed to score in his previous 5 games in all competitions.
Ooh.
His joint worst record for Barcelona, but you can't keep a good man down, can you?
Is he a good man?
Good footballer. Now, Paulinho, a late contender for the Ballon d'Or, in my opinion anyway. He also scored again. He's now contributed to 5 goals in only 410 La Liga minutes.
Jesus.
That's just over 4.5 games. And Ernesto Valverde's brilliant start continues, doesn't it? This is the best start Barcelona have ever made to a La Liga season, which is incredible for a club of that pedigree, sitting pretty on 34 points, like you said, from their first 12 games. But they face a strong Valencia side next week, Pato, who currently sit 2nd. Marcelino's Valencia. He's rejuvenated that side, hasn't he? They're on 30 points, which is fairly incredible given where they were last season. And they've won 8 games on the bounce. Just a little poll. Who do you think will win that top of the table tie? Click it.
At E2A FIFA has our first loser of the week, and it's Real Madrid / Cristiano Ronaldo. Chris Ham will take this one away.
Yes, they drew 0-0 with fierce rivals Atletico Madrid, Pato. And get this, fact of the week served to you by Rafa Benitez. It's the first time Zidane's Real Madrid have failed to score away from home under his stewardship, and only the 2nd time in total. That is crazy. And the last time this draw was goalless was 12 years ago. The time before that, another 12 years prior. Cyclical. So we were expecting goals. It didn't happen. Rafa Varane cleared a Gamero chip off the line, and Ronaldo probably should have scored. But apart from that, chances were thin and far between. It's very disappointing for Los Blancos in particular, because they sit 6 points behind Valencia now and 10 behind the imperious Barcelona in 3rd place. Are they out of the title race already? Let us know what you think in the comments below. But yes, as you said, Ronaldo could be a loser all by himself at the moment, and that's not a feeling he'll probably be familiar with, is it? He's hit a poor spell, a barren spell. He's failed to score in his last 4 games, which for a normal striker might be okay, but for someone of his calibre, he's probably going through a personal crisis. In fact, the last time he scored was 27 shots ago. But yes, the 4-time Ballon d'Or winner had 7 shots in this game, which was half Real Madrid's total output, but only 3 of those 14 shots were on target, which is indicative of not just Ronaldo's form, but sort of Benzema's as well at this point, isn't it? And there's even more bad news for Real Madrid fans as Captain Ramos suffered a broken nose during this game, disforming that beautiful Val Kilmer lookalike face. But he said, I'd bleed 1,000 times for this shirt. So, you know, good PR.
What
for
an
him,
absolute
at least.
bellend, mate.
But yeah, you take over now. I've run out of things to say after that mammoth paragraph.
Yeah, well, I think Atletico will probably be slightly happier with the draw, though they're still yet to hit form at the new Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. They actually had 1 shot on target in this entire game. Wow. That's absolutely nuts. They also had 8 successful dribbles in the match, while Real Madrid had 17. Now, the reason we bring that up is because actually dribbling is quite an important part of the way that Atletico create chances. Quite often they sit deep, you know, they absorb pressure, then they counter-attack through players like Gamero, Griezmann, Carrasco. They weren't able to do that in this game. And actually, Griezmann himself is in some pretty bad form too. He had no shots in this game. He had just 16 touches before he was subbed. And he's not the kind of forward who just like loiters up front and waits for service. He gets heavily involved in the way that Atleti create chances as well. So that's a real worry for them, because if he's out of form, I don't know, they're going to have to sit tight until Diego Costa comes back and hope that he spurs them on to a good second half of the season. However, defence, as always, pretty damn good. I mean, all 4 of Atletico's back 4 were booked, but they obviously soaked up the pressure very well. In fact, 7 of Atletico's players were booked, so they know how to make tactical fouls. Saúl Ñíguez, he made 5 successful tackles in this match. Now, that was the 2nd highest tally on the pitch. Who do you think had the highest tally? 7 tackles. Who do you think that was?
Please tell me, Pato.
It was Isco.
Isco Disco.
It was Isco making 7 tackles. What is the world coming to? Anyway, Cristiano Ronaldo can't score. Real Madrid can't score either. Everything's upside down. Unlucky Real Madrid, you're in our losers.
Our next winners are Bayern Munchen, and this comes from Swagatar Sarkar, who tweets me at least 40 times a weekend. And what do, Pato? We reward this behaviour.
He is Stan, isn't he? He's your Stan.
Dear Sliam.
Dressed like you at home.
Dear Chris, I wrote to you, but you still haven't shaved.
Yeah, Bayern Munich beat Augsburg 3-0. They're now top of the Bundesliga by 6 points. In fact, in their last 3 meetings with Augsburg, they've put 3 past them, and Lewandowski scored 2 in each one. They're very consistent when they face their Bavarian rivals. Augsburg are now down in 10th, while Bayern get to enjoy the fact that Leipzig drew with Leverkusen and Dortmund lost to Stuttgart. So things are looking pretty rosy for the Roten. They've actually won 7 of their 8 games in all competitions since Jupp Heynckes came back. The other one was a draw, and they went on to win on penalties. That was against Leipzig in the Cup. They conceded just once in the league since Big Jupp returned, mate. Incredible stuff.
Yup, it certainly is.
Oh,
so, yeah, anyway, it's a very one-sided game. Olivia enjoyed it behind the camera. She's laughing at least. The Bavarians had 75% of the possession, 16 shots to Augsburg's 8, and 6 on target to the visitors' 3. Also had an 88% passing accuracy to Augsburg's 66%, which is such a boring stat. I wish we'd stop putting them in the script. Anyway, Lewandowski's goals either side of half-time took his bully total to 13 for the season already, averaging a strike every 78 minutes. Top work from him. Obviously, last season he managed 30 in 33 league games, and he's nearly halfway towards that total already. Received a lot of press, didn't it, when he didn't get the top goal-scoring award last season. What's it called?
The Torjägerkanone.
Yeah, and Alba took it, didn't he, after 31 goals. So maybe this year will be his year again. He has won it before. Don't know what he's moaning about. Arturo Vidal, the King Arturo, also back on top form. 1 goal, and he hit the woodwork from 2 shots with 1 assist, 6 tackles and interceptions too, with a 93% pass accuracy. But now Heynckes' men travel to 4th place Borussia Mönchengladbach next week. Can they maintain this form? Will they win the Bundesliga yet again? Have Borussia Dortmund blown it? Find out how they did over on Winners and Losers, and let us know what you think to the questions in the comments below.
Our next losers are Juventus. This comes from @Friday27. Now, we're not used to seeing them in the losers, but my God, did they earn their place this week, mate?
Yes, the old lady took a tumble, my friend, losing 3-2 to Sampdoria on Saturday, meaning they're now 4 points behind Napoli at the summit of Serie A, which we're all very happy about because, let's face it, the neutrals want to see Napoli win the league. Now, Allegri, after the international break, opted to rest several key first-team players, including Buffon, Barzagli and Dybala. And unfortunately for the coach, he paid the price, didn't he? They went 3-0 down in this game. And they brought the score back to 3-2 after a late rally. That was sort of the catalyst was a Higuain penalty, but it was too little too late even then in the 91st minute before Dybala scored in the 94th. So plenty of late drama, but Juve couldn't make it count. Now, they had 18 attempts on goal, with 5 of them coming from Higuain and 4 from Dybala, who only appeared as a substitute, which is actually a little bit of an intimation in terms of how reliant on the young Argentinian they are, especially with the form he's demonstrating at the start of this season. He's in fine fettle, isn't he? Now, this was the first game this season that Juve did not spend a single minute in front. Not great preparation for their return leg against Barcelona after being decimated at the Nou Camp, is it?
Yeah, but like you said, they have changed teams, so who knows? Maybe all the starters come back and it all works out, but they'll be annoyed that they had to get so much work out of Dybala and Higuain, definitely, and have nothing to show for it. While Juve really struggled getting shots on target, like Chris said, under a quarter of their shots on target, Sampdoria had no problem at all. 5 of their 9 shots were on frame. That's pretty good, more than Allegri's side managed, obviously. And also, they break a bit of a dry run against the Bianconeri here. They'd lost the last 5 times they played them, and their last win against them came in 2013. So it's pretty damn good for them. They scored with 3 of their first 4 shots on target. That helps as well. It's kind of similar to Burnley against Chelsea early in the season. You know, when everything goes in early doors, then it does make life quite a lot easier for you. Duvan Zapata had a very, very good game. 100% of his shots were on target. And we'd like to talk a little bit about Torreira in the central midfield. Obviously got an assist, got a goal. He's now scored 3 in his last 3 starts after going without a goal in 44 appearances previously.
He's like a defensive midfielder, isn't he? So
yeah,
that's understandable.
Well, his passing in this game was absolutely sensational as well. 88% pass accuracy. Really, really impressive stuff. So anyway, congratulations to Samp. Unlucky to the old lady.
Our final winners are Ajax, and this comes from @22 Chris 132. Sort that handle out, mate. Sort it. What happened?
Big fan of multiples of 11. That's what he's into, mate. There you go.
Good maths. Could use you in
quick
Tulsa.
maths. Anyway, Ajax beat NAC Breda 8-0 away from home. They were 5-0 up by 33 minutes in. I mean, it's incredible. It was a battering, the likes of which we haven't seen since, I don't know, EFD played FD.
Oh, got him!
Rinse them. Anyway, they dominated possession in this game, again, very similar to EFD. 71% possession. They had 30 shots. NAC had 13. They actually had 9 on target, 8 of those ending up in the back of the net. So perhaps Breda's goalkeeper might want to have a look at himself. Of the 14 Ajax players who appeared in this game, obviously, you know, starting lineup and subs, 8 of them contributed to a goal. But Kasper Dolberg did not score. In fact, in his 12 league games so far this season, he's only got 2 goals, and both of them came against Feyenoord. I mean, it's a pretty good game to get your goals in, but are we a little bit worried about the youngster's form?
I mean, maybe if you're an Ajax fan, and I'm glad he didn't move, because after that explosive debut season, because clearly he needs to become a more well-rounded player. But this game is like peak Eredivisie, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is like Eredivisie.
Everyone's 12. There's just carnage happening left, right and centre.
Yeah, and this is why we love it. But apart from Dolberg's underwhelming turn in this game, there was plenty of stars that shone through, and not just Lasse. Including Donny van der Beek, who scored with all 3 of his efforts, earning himself a hat-trick. Very decisive stuff from him. Hakim Ziyech, he ran right on the night as well. He got 2 assists and completed 6 dribbles. He had 7 shots, scoring none of them. Like the Moroccan Andros Townsend, but good.
Yep.
I don't mind Andros Townsend. He has his
dog
moments.
shit,
Okay, cruel. But Matthias de Ligt, the 18-year-old centre-back, he scored 2 goals as well, won 3 aerial duels, made 5 clearances, completed 2 interceptions. And it's this sort of shit-hot form which is apparently leading to a £45 million bid from Barcelona come January. Would you take him?
I mean, yeah.
45 million.
45 mil, I don't know. That's a lot.
It's a gamble. Sanchez worked out over Spurs, but, you know, not a given. Other goal scorers include Lasse Schöne, the Hunter, and David Neres, who is now Ajax's top goal scorer this season, with just 6 goals and 4 assists. So everyone's sort of contributing, aren't they? Ajax are now second in the Eredivisie. However, they're still 8 points behind PSV, who have 3 players filling the top 3 goal-scoring spots in the league. Those being Hirving Lozano, Jurgen Locadia and Marco van Ginkel of Chelsea fame.
He's in the top 3 scorers in the league.
Apparently, they've scored 25 goals between them in 12 games. So congratulations to them. It looks like PSV, at this point, might win the league, but at least Ajax are putting together a bit of form.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think of the Eredivisie and all its frivolities in the comments below.
Our final losers are Lazio. This comes from @GunaJHH. They went into this weekend pretty confident and ended up getting turned over, didn't they?
Yes, they lost to their fierce rivals Roma and in turn lost their position as well in 4th to the Giallorossi, who've recovered from an early season slump, haven't they? Now, this was Lazio's only their 2nd Serie A loss this season and their 1st since September. They've put together a run of 6 games going undefeated. However, they probably deserved to lose this game. They only managed 2 shots on target to Roma's 7, and Alisson only had to make 1 save in the Roma goal. But Ciro Immobile, he carried on scoring, albeit with assisted by the VAR decision that gave him a penalty. He's now got 9 in his last 7, 15 this season, averaging 1 every 71 minutes. Passo, that's better than Sergio Aguero at this point. Shame he couldn't do it against Sweden. But, yeah.
Well, whatever. Look, anyway, Eusebio Di Francesco must be delighted. Roma have now won 6 on the bounce. They've now won 10 games in Serie A. Only Napoli have 1 more. And as always with Roma, it comes down to Radja Nainggolan. When he's good, Roma are good. He got a goal. He took 4 shots. He completed 4 take-ons. That was all of his take-ons. Every single one he completed. 5 tackles and interceptions. Just can do absolutely everything in midfield. Di Francesco called him a superhero because, of course, the Belgian had just returned from injury as well. Perotti also been very good as well. Of course, people saw him against Chelsea last month. You know, except for the tattoo, an absolutely outstanding player. He got a goal and an assist. In fact, that's the first time he scored and assisted in the same game since November 2016.
Doesn't Nainggolan
What a
smoke
fascinating
about
fact.
40 fags a day as well?
He's like 28 now. It doesn't matter, does it? It's a writer. Also, it's in Italy. Who cares? Anyway, they're 5 points off Napoli with a game in hand. So they actually could leapfrog Juventus if they can continue this form. But obviously, we've talked about it before. We've kind of given you a little hint that we would quite like Napoli to win Serie A. But who do you want to win it? We've got a poll up there. Vote in that. And let us know in the comments below if you're into, I don't know, Sassuolo or Spal or one of the other shit teams.
Finito for this week's Euro Roundup. Pato, what's going on elsewhere?
It's so cold, mate.
It's freezing.
I don't even remember. I mean, head over to Football Daily and check out winners and losers. Obviously, check out the Euro Football Daily versus Football Daily matchup. It's a huge clash. Manager, captain, synergy. Anyway, and also like and subscribe. You know, do all the normal stuff. Bye.
So yeah.